We started doing a lot of different events, originally with Dre and Yella and Alonso at a place called Dudo's. And I quickly found out that that was a blood area. You have to understand, I'm coming from Texas. I didn't know you can't wear blue over here, you can't wear red over there, you better not have socks on over here. You know, it's always something. And we moved over to Skateland, and we were averaging a couple of thousand people at Skateland, but that was also a blood area. So we ended up doing World on Wheels, which was a Crip area. And we did Sherman Square Roller Rink out in Reseda. That was a Latin gang area. And then we would do the Casa Camino Real in downtown LA. That was neutral territory, so all the gangs would come. And then we did the 321 Club in Santa Monica. That was for all of the white people that wouldn't go near the other places. The World Class Wrecking Crew were doing little shows at Dudo's, like I said, and Eve After Dark. And Uncle Jam's Army was doing the Sports Arena, which was thousands of people. And then you also had Ultra Wave. They were doing more of the upper scale, the kids that went to private schools that wouldn't dare be caught at an Uncle Jam's Army concert. So you had different levels that everybody was reaching, and there was enough people there for everybody to do something. Us coming into it kind of changed the whole game up, because all of a sudden Uncle Jam's Army wasn't being as successful, and we would get the kids that, you know, would go to the upper class things. So it just kind of evened out until Uncle Jam's Army had to start advertising on radio. Later in life, Roger and I actually became, you know, pretty cool. Roger reminded me a lot of myself, in that he had a lot of crazy ideas. And you know, so we'd talk about crazy ideas about things we can do together. Hardly ever did any of them together, because, you know, he had his own style of doing things, and I had my own style, and it just kind of clashed, but we ended up having a mutual respect for each other. About a year after Dre started working with Eazy, you know, because him and Alonso were having disagreements, blah, blah, blah. And of course it was, you know, money related, and direction Alonso envisioned the group and the direction Dre envisioned the group. Anyway, we're doing a live broadcast at the Casa Camino Real, and Dr. Dre comes in, and he's got this little short kid with him with Jerry curl, and he says, "Hey man, I want to introduce you. This is who I'm working with. His name's Eazy-E. Easy is Greg, blah, blah, blah." He said, "Yeah, we did this song, man. We need your help." And I said, "Okay, cool." So we go out to my car, we pop it in the cassette deck, and it was Boyz N the Hood. But it was Boyz N the Hood. It was the not clean version. And so I said, "Well, you know, Dre, you always got my support, blah, blah, blah." I didn't know what to think of the song, to be honest with you. I was like, "Oh, okay, it's cool." I said, "But y'all need to go clean it up." I said, "You know how I roll." Because I was one of the programmers that would tell them, "I don't want you to go bleep out the cuss word. I want you to go change the word so that the kids will have something else to rap to." So that's where the radio versions came out. So within 24 hours, I mean, they must have went right back to the studio and changed it up and brought me a radio version of Boyz N the Hood. And I played it, and same day it was most requested. It's like everybody was calling. Everybody loved that record. That was really unexpected, because one, I didn't know, you know, Eazy from Adam, you know, and Boyz N the Hood was not NWA. That was Eazy-E. And so it just instantly blew up. And, you know, obviously I was the first DJ to ever, you know, play any of their music. So it took a few months, and other stations did start to play it, or it did start to happen in other areas. Not necessarily the radio stations were playing it, but in the streets it was blowing up. People knew back then that, yeah, you could put stuff out on the streets, but that was the regular traffic. You get it on KDAY, that was the carpool lane. You didn't have to wait. You knew that if it was a good record, before you even left the station, I was going to have it on the air. And if I played it, you needed to hurry up and run down to Macola and get some vinyl printed up. I would much rather play a local guy because he's going to go tell 100 people that his song's on the radio. Those 100 people are going to go tell another 100 that their cousin is on the radio. Those people are going to go tell 100 people that their friend's cousin is on the radio. And so I looked at it that way. And it was a snowball effect that we, would have all these kids telling everybody, listen to KDAY, listen to KDAY, my song's on there. That was my reasoning behind playing some of these songs, even though they were mediocre. You had all the elements of NWA in Eazy song. You had Ice Cube writing, you had Dre producing, you had Yella helping with the sound. Ren did come on toward that part. You had all the elements of NWA, but Eazy came out. Obviously, Eazy, it was his money, so Dre wanted to give him a hit, and he did. And once that happened, then they were smart enough to know that they got to build on that. And so the other guys were already in place. Let's call ourselves Nigga with an Attitude. Ice Cube and Sir Jinx had a little group called CIA, and so they would come by KDAY and just hang out. And I thought what was interesting about Ice Cube is that Jinx would be sitting there asking all the questions, and Ice Cube, he'd chime in every now and then, but he was a very good listener. It's like he was just looking and learning and listening, and I was amazed at how intelligent. He was just a smart kid. Didn't seem to fit the rap world, but his writing skills were way above and beyond anything I was seeing at the time. The only person that was even close was Young MC. He was writing really good stuff.
To me, I always love hearing Eazy's voice because he got this kind of high-pitched, whiny, unique voice, but he's this tough guy with this voice that doesn't match the image of a gangster rapper. And
yeah, well, if you saw Eazy, you'd be like, I can take this guy. You know, he's a little short guy. But I've seen Eazy fight. You don't want to mess with him. We were doing an event, I can tell you about that real quick, at the Beverly Center in L.A., and it was an event for NWA. And the bouncer wouldn't let NWA in. And so, the club is packed and they can't get in, and the bouncer's like, you're not coming in dressed like that. Like, but this is who we are. They had on their NWA hats and black stuff, and well, you need to go home and change. Well, we're not going home to change. And I saw it was getting real tense, so I ran inside to grab Jerry Heller, and Jerry's like, handling stuff. He said, I'll come out there. So by the time I'm getting back, the bodyguard grabs Eazy's, I guess, wife at the time, Joyce, and he grabs her by her breast, pushes her back. And when he does that, oh my God, Eazy jumped up. This guy had to be like 6'7", 6'8". Eazy jumped up on his neck and just started pounding him. Eazy had a E on his ring all across his fingers. So the guy had all these E's on his head. It was funny. And so he eventually fell down to his knees, and when that happened, Eazy just started wailing on him, and Dr. Dre jumped on the other security guard who was trying to hit Eazy. I've never seen a fight like they beat these guys' butts. And right about that time that Jerry's coming out, and then also all of the cops in Los Angeles were coming out, and it was over, but you didn't want to mess with Eazy. He's all muscle. He's small, but he's like a small muscle. And he was the nicest, kindest guy, but don't touch his wife. He didn't like that.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Like and comment below to give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related videos to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description and listen to our weekly podcast, The Gangster Chronicles, every Thursday. And thanks for watching StreetTV.net.